I'm going to show you how you can create a very soft look just by applying highlight and contour. Now, Brittany wears Mascara Beauty, so I will be demoing Mascara Beauty. For those of you that may want to learn these techniques, you don't have to use mascara, but what I would recommend, first thing first, is you're going to put on pretty much like your all over color, even out your skin tone like you typically would. And then what we're going to do is we're going to highlight. I like to highlight first. Now, highlight in the makeup artistry world is all about brightening. It's not that shiny product that you see all over the place. Oh, highlighter, highlighter, highlighter. That's not technically highlighting. So highlight is a technique. It's not a product. I mean, it's a product too, because people call it highlighter. But highlighting is a technique. Repeat after me. Highlighting is a technique. So, and what that means is you're just highlighting those features. You're brightening those features up. So you're going to do your all over foundation like you typically would. And then we are going to create the illusion of a longer face. And by doing that, so I marked in pink right here. In pink is where you're going to put that bright color. So I would say, like, because Brittany, you're fair, I would go 2 shades lighter than your natural skin tone. So whatever your all over color is, go 2 shades lighter. And that's really, that's really for anybody, unless you like a really dramatic look. Okay, so you're gonna apply the highlight right in the forehead in this like down facing arrow, and then right down the nose. We're gonna do like pretty much all over the chin, on the corners of the mouths, and then we're gonna do right in this tear duct area, and then we're gonna do right on the outside. So notice, you'll see most people are going to highlight in this like triangle area. We're not gonna do this. When you highlight and brighten in this technique, this is going to give you the illusion of having a longer face. Okay, you'll see me often do this highlight technique because I have a round face. So I want to give the illusion of it being a little bit longer. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Super easy. So you're going to take a bright shade, and this can be any concealer, foundation, whatever. This one happens to be linen. Brittany, I think you need to use Moonlit with mascara. And then I'm taking the Blend and Tap brush. I'm going to grab just a little bit of product here. And so I'm just going to grab the product and do this downward arrow like so. And then right down the bridge of my nose. Okay, from there, I'm going to highlight. Now keep in mind, I don't have a square jaw, so I may look a little plumper than Brittany would, because at this point, I'm going to be, you'll see what I mean. Okay, so I am going to pretty much highlight this whole chin area, and then I'm going to highlight the sides of my mouth. From there, I want you to highlight the inner corner of your eye and bring it out almost like an unclosed triangle pointing this way, almost like a Pac-Man. So we're just gonna go from the inner corner out, and then like so, and then inner corner out like a Pac-Man. I love this brush whenever I want detailed highlighting. It's the Blend and Tap brush. Okay, so then I'm gonna take a little bit of the product again, and I'm gonna go right on, almost like on the very top of my cheekbone and on the side of my eye. So I'm gonna brighten right there, and then I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Okay, again, this is gonna give the illusion of a longer face because it catches the light. Isn't that cool? Give me some hearts if you see. I know it's unblended, but if you can see how this is going to turn out, give me some hearts. Okay, so moving on to contour. This is gonna be the basic thing except for the jaw. So the jaw, what I want you to do is just apply the contour on the very outer edges of your jawline. And what that's gonna do is make those areas recede. And then when you get to the cheek, we're just gonna do a little swoop-de-swoop. I'll show you that in just a sec. And then on the nose, everybody's nose is different. So I'm gonna show Brittany exactly what to do with her nose. Okay, so you can use, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna use a bigger brush. Okay, I'm actually gonna, this is the Power Powder brush. I'm gonna use this for the contour. This is the color called Astoria Contour, and I'm gonna take the Power Powder brush. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of product. Notice that it is like not chunky. There's just product right there. And I'm gonna start by applying the contour here, here. Now this is one thing you don't wanna forget to blend. And then whenever I get to the cheek, so you're gonna start almost like at the top of your ear, and you're gonna work your way like towards the outer edge of your eye, okay? So from the top of your ear, work your way to the outer edge of your eye. Now you could do the sides of your forehead, you know, that just adds dimension. It's not necessarily, you know, we're not changing anything on the forehead because I'm just blending it in. Now here, notice I didn't blend it in yet. These are the areas that we're changing, okay? These are the areas that we're changing. Same with the nose. I'm just gonna take the edge and just go lightly down the side of the nose. Now I'm gonna take I don't really have product left on my brush. I'm gonna take this product and all I'm gonna do is bring it down a little bit further. Now keep in mind, you want something ashy. You do not want something warm, because all that's gonna do is make you look like you have bronzer on, and it's not gonna chisel anything out. You have to have something that is ash-based and creates those shadows if you're wanting to change the look of your face. Now this is only going to take you just a couple extra minutes. Well, this is not even gonna take a minute. It's gonna take maybe a second. I'm watching my kid in the background. I'm sorry if that's distracting. So you're gonna take whatever is left over on your brush and you're gonna kind of swoop it like around the apple of your cheek. Okay, so you want majority of that shadowed area right there, and then swoop it. So we're gonna do that on this edge too. So I have no product left on my brush. This is pretty much just me blending it out, but I'm not necessarily blending it just yet. So I'm just almost like a Nike swoosh. Like a Nike swoosh, okay? So now when it comes to blending this in, this is where a lot of people are like, I contoured like you told me to, and then it just goes away. Okay, so you're over blending, so let me show you how to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush again. This is the Power Powder brush. There's no right or wrong way to use it. I just wanted to use this brush because I feel like it swings really nice and it kind of does the blending for me. And I'm covering a lot of surface area. If you have a very thin, narrow face, then you're gonna want something that's more, you know, well, maybe a little bit more detailed like this, or the, I can't find it, the Detail Hack brush, something, if you have a smaller face. Okay, so when it comes to blending, you wanna keep the products in the exact area that they are, or otherwise, you're just gonna make one foundation color all over your face. You're gonna be mixing and you're not gonna get the actual benefits of highlighting and contouring. So what you wanna do is pretty much just blur the lines by pressing or stamping the product in. So I am literally not moving anything. Do you see how that is still bright right there? It's blended, but it's still bright right there. I didn't create a different foundation color. So I'm gonna do the same thing right along the sides of my nose and then under my eye, and then this way. So I'm just going to press. Like I'm just doing the stippling motion. Stipple is the actual name of it. Don't forget this guy. I have actually done that. Okay, so do you see the magic happening? Give me some hearts if you see the magic happening. I'm gonna press this in. Now, when you get to the jawline, because you have a square jaw, this is going to give the illusion, it's gonna get rid of that angular shape right there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna press it in to blend, and then you wanna sweep it down your esophagus, right along here, okay? So you're just gonna press, 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 press. Now, when you go to set products, so Brittany lives in the Midwest. And y'all know, well, maybe you don't know, I lived in the Midwest my entire life. So I understand the Midwest heat. Ugh. And so it's not even the heat, it's the humidity. So many people, now that I live in California, are like, oh, can you handle this heat? And I'm like, it's the humidity that sucks. So I get it. So you need to set your makeup. I prefer, and I would like for you to try, a loose setting powder. It can be any brand. My favorite happens to be the Laura Mercier setting powder. So I want to show you a trick. Now, when it comes to applying your powder, Miss Brittany, a lot of people will do this swoop-de-swoo thing, okay? And I get it. That's how we've always put makeup on. Now, when you are a makeup artist, though, when you spend time on highlighting and contouring somebody, you don't want to mess it up. And when you're using a cream-based foundation, which everybody should because it lays on top of the skin and makes your skin look filtered when it's not. So, but because it lays on top of the skin, it can move easy. So when you set it, this is what I want you to do. You're gonna take a little bit of the powder. You're gonna take your powder brush. You're gonna roll the brush into the powder on all sides. Now, in order to keep the products where they need to go, I want you to start right here at the top and I want you to roll. So you're gonna put the powder on all sides and then roll. Now remember, I did not contour my forehead necessarily, so it's not gonna matter if I roll. Okay, and now you're gonna let that sit for just a sec and then we're gonna sweep it off. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit. So with loose powder as opposed to pressed powder, you can use either one. Loose powder, because it's been jet milled and ground down ultra fine, it's gonna sit on top of your skin without giving you that super powdered look. Whereas with a pressed powder, it's condensed. And so when it goes onto the skin, it has a more denser appearance. So for you, because Brittany, you like a more natural look, I feel like setting your products with a loose powder is just going to be a better option for you. And not only that, because it has been jet milled, ground down, ultra fine, it lays on top of the skin and it actually really does a better job of absorbing the oils and stuff like that within your skin as the humidity goes. However, I feel like for me, I'm not gonna touch up. Like when I was working, I would never pack a loose powder to take with me to work. So I would bring like a black powder. MAC Cosmetics black powder it's awesome. That's one of my favorites. And then another favorite is Neutrogena oil control powder. It's in a black compact. You can pick it up at Walmart, Target, Walgreens, whatever. It's black, matte, and the product is white on the inside, but it doesn't go on the skin white. Okay, so I feel like this has been sitting long enough, so I'm just gonna sweep away the excess. So I'm not gonna tell you that you have to wear a loose powder, but you will benefit more if you do. Here's a little tip if you do travel with your loose powder, is just peel you know how they put the sticker on there? Just peel the sticker where about 6 holes are holding, so then that way it's not a mess. So you can see that majority of the holes are still covered and I only have about 6 that are exposed to allow the powder to come out. That way it's not going everywhere. Another option that you could do is take a push pin and push into all of those holes, and then it kind of helps not as much powder come out. That's just if you're traveling. It's just a little tip if you go, because I would carry, all the loose powders in my pro kit and powder would be freaking everywhere. Do you get a lighter color than your skin when you are getting powder? That is a great question. So you can, if you want to go that route where you're just applying the lighter powder in these areas, and then you could do a light here, and you could do almost like, I wouldn't do a bronzer, but you could do a contour powder on top to set everything.